Pure audio. Okay. Let's get this going here. Oh, I see somebody else. I see somebody. Oh, wait a minute. Attendees, Jim Gibson. More. Promote to panelist, right? Is that what I do? Doug Moore, promote to panelist. I think that's what I do. Hey, Doug.
Hey.
Hey, Jim.
Says you're Steve Fredland.
Yeah. I'm impersonating him today. So he asked me to run it tonight.
Whoops, my camera's. I'm just laying in bed. So.
No problem. So.
Where are you guys from? You're from California, right?
Yeah. I'm in Oakland.
Okay.
I'm in Indiana.
Indiana?
Yep.
I've never been to Indiana.
Isn't there a song like that?
I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah. A lot of Minnesotans on here.
Yeah. I started in Steve's home game probably like 8 years ago. We started. Like there were probably 20 of us.
Nice.
Wow, that's a good size home game.
Yeah, we used to have like, man, 2 or 3 tables, and it was more like it was just to get together at first. Like,
yeah,
honestly, we only looked at our 2 cards, and you'd rather be first to act. Like, I think people would rather be out of position when we started because you're the first one that can enter the pot, put money in the, and it's like so different from how you're supposed to play when we started. But it was more, everyone brought like a dish and spend like 6 hours at his house, or we'd have it here or someone else's house, and it was a lot of fun.
Cool. Was it just Hold'em, or do you have rotate games sometimes?
Nope, it was just Hold'em.
Okay. Sometimes I've been to, they have a dealer pick or dealer choice.
Yeah, I've been to places like that too, but some of those games you get dealer's choice and it gets so
it gets crazy. I went to one and
all of a sudden the pot's up to $100 and you're like, no one's played, I don't know, there's some games that get really, really weird.
Yeah. I had one. They have like where they have wild cards, but the wild card changes or something. If like
follow the queen.
Yeah, follow queen. Yeah, that's it.
So Steve's not around tonight, or
he's busy. Yeah, he said he said he'd try to join us, but he said he had 25 things to finish up, and if he's able to finish those 25 things, he'll join us. If not, then he won't be able to.
I used to be his manager back, gosh, what was it, like 1998 or something? I was his manager.
Mm-hmm.
Been a long time.
So what kind of company? What kind of business?
We both, I work for an insurance company and I'm an actuary.
Okay.
And he was an actuary for a while. And
so good with numbers.
Yep. Yeah, it's really the psychology I need. I need to work on, the math comes super easy to me. It's the psychology that I need to, and it's more my own psychology.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same.
Like being, being afraid to raise or something when you should.
Think too much about it sometimes.
Yeah. You think, oh, he's thinking this. No.
Yeah.
They just have a good hand.
I don't know if Steve's ever told this story, but the first time his wife played poker, she got a royal straight flush.
No.
And she was all like, everyone was like excited. And she's like, what's the big deal?
Oh my God. You might as well stop because I mean, you'll never top that.
And
Probably thought that happened every night.
yeah, and she probably never plays ever since then either. So
Sorry, my dog heard something.
we just had to put a cat down who was like 14. Lovely cat. Yesterday. It's so tough. That's the sucky part about having pets.
Oh yeah.
They are so great, you know, and then
Can't defend that. I've got a tough lineup on my table. Kim, Keith, and Eric Anderson. Yeah. Can't be too wild in this table.
there's a lot of, I mean, I would say the majority of the people out here are tough players.
Yeah, and I think we're all improving because
right.
we've been playing all year, playing,
Yep.
night in, night out,
and listening to just listening to podcasts and studying a little bit and playing. It's like, So did you get hit by the fires, or you're far enough west that you didn't get any fires in California?
No, I didn't get directly affected. But being in California, I mean, there have been times where the air quality hasn't been good because of a fire that's 50 miles, 100 miles away, and we get the smoke. But fortunately, I haven't been that directly affected where I thought I had to evacuate. But it's always in the back of my mind because I do live in some hills and there's some wooded areas where I live. So if God forbid there was a fire to start in the right conditions, it could spread quickly and could get dangerous quickly.
Eric, you see Rich Dietz in the chat.
Oh, there. Thank you for telling me that.
How's it going?
Hey.
I was chatting you on the table, Eric. I did the chat here.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm talking to them.
Yeah,
I'm also on a ACR tournament free roll.
You're on an ACR tournament, yeah.
I'm doing too many things. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too many things at once. That's funny.
How is ACR? I've never played online for money. Is it pretty good or?
It's actually decent. Early in the year, I had heard really bad things about their software, and I think because so many people were couldn't go out, so more volume, and their servers couldn't handle it. So there were a lot of issues, and people were really complaining. And but I think they've solved a lot of it. So. So it's not bad.
What's the rate there, like in most tournaments? 15%, 10%, or?
I'm gonna say it's about 10, I think.
Okay.
What do you think it is, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just look it up. It's like usually like a $2 tournament have about 25-cent fee or something. Is that something? Yeah, is that $2.50? No, maybe $2.50. I don't know.
So yeah, 10.
It doesn't seem anything outrageous. Yeah, compared to what I've seen other sites. I just know I play on Ignition and ACR just like Eric does, and ACR has way more tournaments. So Ignition's great for cash, but they do barely any tournaments of any consequence. ACR has a ton of tournaments, especially at micro stakes that I play. And a ton of free rolls on ACR, especially if you know where to look. You can sign up for all these websites will give you free passwords to their free rolls if you want. So like I could say, I mean, Eric and I play a ton of free rolls. So like every night there's some free rolls going off. So you get a lot of practice for not much money.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Yeah. So Rich was on ACR a lot sooner than me, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in this free roll," and then next time, "Yeah, I'm this free roll." I was like, "Man, there's a lot of free rolls." So finally decided to join up and hit those free rolls, and yeah, it's a good opportunity to get in hands. And
use HUDs then, you guys, on that, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never used a HUD, so I don't. Yeah.
And just so I know, what are you guys' usernames on Pokerstars, Doug and Jim?
I am Megra44.
That's what I thought. Okay.
I'm Giver3.
Giver3. Okay. I'm Mr. Diz, 18.
Oh, okay.
And I am COM Binkley on Pokerstars.
Yeah, it's my first time on this this little hang, so it's nice to get a face to somebody.
Yeah. Instead of just cursing me in the dark when you don't know what I look like, now you can curse me to my face. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really how Rich and I connected, and being this playing hang, and then talking sports, and then we found out we're both Raider fans, and so.
Well. Sorry, guys, I'm a Colts fan.
Oh, you guys beat up pretty soundly.
Yeah.
Man, we couldn't stop anything.
Oh, I know. There wasn't a lot of defense going on.
Oh, yeah. So they fired the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
only thing worse than the Raiders' defense is the Vikings kicker, right? I mean, that's about.
Oh my gosh!
Did you see that guy could not for his life, and he was good just a year and a half ago. He was like all pro, like, and then just to see someone just.
Did you get the yips? Is that kind of?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he missed 3 field goals and an extra point on Sunday.
That's in your head.
Yeah, that's just like, oh my gosh. I mean, to miss an extra point, like that's pretty tough, and that's not his first extra point he's missed this year. He's missed a handful.
Now, it is a new age extra point. Now it's, I mean, like 10 years ago, it'd be.
Yeah, it's still like what, a 20.
You still should make. Yeah, you should still make a high. 95%.
95% of them. Yeah. I grew up in Wisconsin, even though I live in Minnesota now. I've always been a Green Bay fan, and I remember in '98 when the Vikings could have went to the Super Bowl, and the guy never missed a field goal all year, and he happened to miss one the last to win the game.
And that's the one they remember.
Yeah.
Let's see if I value own myself.
So none of us are at the same table. That's pretty weird. Are you guys?
What's your name, Rich?
I'm Mr. Diz.
Oh,
I'm on your table. Okay.
Yeah, I'm at the table with you.
Yeah, you're on my. Okay, I just saw you there, so I can't talk about my hand.
Although you try to trick him into talking about his hand, you're like, "We're not on the same table."
Yeah. You can still talk about it. Like if you have aces here, let me know. I will 100% fold.
Right.
Well, that says aces there, so I'm gonna fold.
I can't confirm or deny whether it's aces, but
actually, I would bet it's not. I'd bet it's kings or queens, but it's still. The other day, last weekend, I was playing. I started with like 120,000 chips on Pokerstars. Like normally, I don't play it that much for free, but I started with 120,000 chips. And by Sunday, I had 4.9 million.
Whoa.
And I'm going, why can't I do this in real life? Like,
yeah. I
just kept playing that Zoom, whatever. Like,
yeah.
I started with like, I bought it, whatever the hunt, where that's 200 or 500 and 250 or something. I'd double up, and then I'd go, well, I'm going to go exit and go out to $1,000. And then I went to the 10,000. And pretty soon, like every half hour is making $1 million. Like I'd have sixes and I'd flop quads. And I was like, man, this does not happen in real life for me.
Oh yeah. Well, in real life, that's not good bankroll management, but
yeah, exactly.
Right, and play money. Let's go for
it. Yeah, because every time if I got up to $1 million, I'd buy into $1 million.
It's right. So that's why in real life.
Yeah, I've played cash a few times. I just don't enjoy it for whatever reason. The only time I enjoy it is I'd go play with my brother, and that way we'd go at the same table and we could just talk and stuff and socialize. Yeah. And but yeah, I was playing cash that whole weekend and just went crazy.
I've got a love-hate relationship with cash games.
Same here.
Eric knows all about it. Like it's just so swingy. Like I could have a session where I think I'm the greatest player in the world, and then 3 in a row where I've lost. So I just can't win a hand if my life depended on it. It's so swingy to me. Tournaments just seem more.
Really? I think tournament results are more swingy.
Yeah.
Because only top 15 percent cash, and then even if you're cashing, you're probably not making a profit unless you're really making a final table. So
I tell you, there are nights when I play this stuff where I'm thinking I'm pretty good, and then there are other nights where I'm like, I go downstairs after 20 minutes, I'm like, man, I suck at poker. I got so much to learn.
Yeah.
Last night was one of those nights for me in the TOC.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're never as good as you think you are. You're never as bad as you think you are. It's so much.
No one's letting me 3-bet tonight. I've been 4-bet both times I've 3-bet, and I'm gonna do what Eric would tell me to do and call. I've dominated.
Oh, I think ace king there you call.
Yeah. But then
yes.
Wow, oh my gosh.
That was vengeance. I love that. That was great.
Wow, and you knocked him out. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Roadstar. He can be.
That's part of why I call it for
aggressive
sure.
Wild. Yeah.
I figured he's got aces or kings. He's got me pretty dominated, but I've seen him call with a lot less or jam with a lot less than he did.
You only had to commit half your stack though, didn't you? It was ace king there for sure you call.
Only because graphics 4-bet me, and I don't know what he had, but I beat him on the last hand that he 4-bet me on. I don't know what he was 4-betting with. And then he bet pot on the flop as well, and I had top pair. I ended up calling him down, but I don't know. Graphics is another one that I keep trying to put a finger on, but he can do some crazy stuff as well. The other interesting thing about playing this nightly is you start to get to know players and see some of their patterns, and you can start to play the person even more than your cards sometimes. It's kind of interesting.
So you guys can't use HUDs on this game, can you?
You actually can.
Oh, can you?
There's a trick to it. So you have to get a VPN into Canada. You download and install the Pokerstars software from Canada, from a Canada IP. Mm-hmm. And then you download the full version of Pokerstars, and then you can use a HUD moving forward.
Okay.
So that's the trick. John Somsky put it in the Rec Poker forum one day, and I was like, "Oh, that looks good. Let me try that."
Rich, I saw that he put that in there, but I never had to do all that.
Really?
Yeah.
You just downloaded it and it worked.
Downloaded
really?
It worked. I already had it on my machine, and then got Poker Tracker.
Right.
And as soon as I put it in there, and I put the profile, I think it is, that Jim has.
Yeah.
And it works.
And it works. Wow.
Yeah.
I cannot get it to work without doing the Canada thing, because I had it and was couldn't do it. It was the play money version of it wasn't letting me read hands. Yeah. But I did. So you're in Indiana. Is that true?
Right.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder if you guys have legalized sports book, right? But you don't have legal poker, right?
Right. We don't have poker, but we do have sports betting.
Huh. That's interesting. I wonder why it worked.
Do you do sports betting?
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother, I don't know, he claims he's made 40,000 last year on that fight.
Ooh, No, I don't bet that much.
He,
I'm a $5 to $50 at a time, maybe.
yeah, and I'm like, and he's just a carpenter, and his wife doesn't work. So I'm like, how do you afford? I mean, I can't imagine he makes much more than 50,000 a year. I'm like, what do you? He just does a lot of like where he does the parlays or something.
The parlays hits them, yeah.
And he says he just hits them.
Yeah.
It's funny you got to Purdue as your background there. My company's main office is in Indiana, so a lot of the whole Purdue,
oh yeah,
Indiana, you stuff is always, they're always talking about it, and I'm always like, it doesn't affect me, but I see it all the time.
What city's the office in?
It's in Indianapolis.
Oh, it's in.
Yeah, it's in it. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy in the Big Ten who's good this year? I mean, Ohio State's always going to be good, but
right.
Who's good and who's bad?
Indiana, Northwestern.
I know it's just the teams that were really good last year are just not good this year. And
this is such an abomination this year, though. I mean, it's so unpredictable.
My son goes to the University of Minnesota. I have two sons that go to the University of Minnesota, but one's in the band there. So last year we went to all the football games, and they ended up Minnesota finished 11-2, and if they would have beat Wisconsin in the last game, they would have went to the Rose Bowl. And I'm like, how cool would that be to go? I wouldn't even care about the football. I'd just go to the Rose Bowl to watch my son be in the Rose Bowl in the band. But it never happened. But it was close.
Rose Bowl is my home stadium. I went to UCLA, so been there quite a bit. Usually not in the Rose Bowl, like ever, but not in the last 30 years at least.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's a senior next year, so I'm hoping next year they go to the Rose Bowl, but I mean, it's highly unlikely, but we'll see. Minnesota's like, I don't know, 3-3 this year or something. They're not very good. So.
Yeah, they were definitely good last year. That was their team.
They went on Saturday, though, didn't they? Minnesota beat somebody on Saturday.
Yeah, they beat Nebraska.
Yeah.
And then they play Wisconsin this weekend, but it's a makeup game. They both had COVID 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's a meaning. They're both 3-3. I don't know if they're even letting people go if they don't have so many wins this year to a bowl game or not, but.
Yeah, they've been trying to talk about that because I think Ohio State's only played like 5 games or something, so they might not qualify. So they're trying to think like, do they have to have an exception to the rule or?
Right.
Well, yeah, Big Ten had the rule where you had to have 6 in order to make the championship, and then they changed it for Ohio State so that they could jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like Rutgers is winning games and stuff. It's just weird. It's like. I feel like Indiana was doing pretty well there.
Yeah, they were until they played Ohio State.
Yeah.
Ohio State's their only loss.
Yep.
Looks like Steve might be looking to come in. I just saw a chat saying, "Hey guys." There's 2 Steve Fredlins in here.
Yeah. Now more understanding of Rob when he let us in, because it is, you do have to like
pay attention.
And you're trying to play.
I know, it kind of sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're trying to play, you're trying to talk, be social.
Plus, you're playing ACR tournament too. So.
Yeah.
That's why Steve wants us to do it, so he can concentrate on the poker more and to have us do this.
What's that? Oh yeah. No, I'm trying to focus on everything else.
Yeah, I know.
How are we all doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Good.
Doing fine until I started playing poker.
Yeah.
2 stupid moves early, and I'm short debt.
As Eric and I chat to each other at least once a week, why do we play this game again?
Ask Doug. Doug will tell you.
There are nights where I leave going, I suck at poker so much,
Just horrible.
So Eric, you're clearly not screening Zoom backgrounds if you're going to let Jim come in with that thing.
Whoa. You know, they've been really nice to me since, you know, and then you got here, Steve. What's up?
Yeah, I tend to ruin things.
Do you watch much college football, Steve, or?
I used to watch more, but I really have. This year's been so hard.
Yeah.
Just it's hard to get into it. There's no flow, no ebb, no flow, no nothing. It just feels disjointed to me.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You had a 5.
Oh, wow.
What happened there?
They hit the flush on the river.
Yeah, and Keith was slow playing aces. And he got punished for it.
And that's why you don't slow play.
Oh my God.
I got slow
Because there was a
last night by
limp.
aces.
Yeah, limp, early position limp. I raised in middle position, and then Keith small blind with aces just called.
Oh.
And then it was ace queen with two clubs, and Keith checked, and then white tiger led into me, and I missed the board, and all I had was a gut shot with no club, so I folded. Then they just went to battle, and he had a set, and he had the nut flush draw, and it went to the river, and he caught the flush got there. It was
White Tiger got there.
Yeah.
Joel Smith, I think his name is.
A newer player? I don't think I've seen that one before.
Yeah, he's pretty new. He's
Okay.
if I know who he is, he's sort of he's a really good recreational player from North Dakota, if it's the guy I'm thinking of.
Ah.
Steve, did you think this poker training is going to be more online, live, or kind of it doesn't matter kind of thing with Farad?
I think it'll be more tournament based as far as online or live. I'm not sure if it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to be heavy online.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. Like, is he going to spend like two sessions on HUDs or something, which I don't even
know. I don't think so. I can ask him, and he'll cater it a bit to us. He knows this is specifically for us. He did send me. Actually, I'll shoot him a note and ask him about that. But he did shoot me like the 10 sessions, what it's going to look like, kind of the outline. He's actually supposed to send me the entire course so that I can review it ahead of time, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Let me ask him.
Oh, yes.
I was just trying to throw me off so I don't focus on playing poker.
That's right.
For the first time in about 3 weeks, I have a few chips, so now he's going to try to mess me up. I got slow rolled by pocket aces in the Tournament of Champions last night. So I get slow rolled. It's just kind of a fun thing. You know, Taylor did it, and then I put the word on. Everybody's doing it, but like, so Kim Kilroy, I got down to like, I don't know, 13 bigs or something, and she opens, and I jam over the top with pocket eights. And then she just goes in the tank, and I'm like, all right, sweet. I'll take either way, a call or a fold at this point. Timer runs all the way down, and then she ace. Like, come on. Not in the TOC.
Is that Fergie or?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fergie, yeah.
Okay.
I actually took a screenshot because I started playing that one and the nightly tournament. Took a screenshot. My hand for each was pocket aces and pocket kings of the first hand of the tournament on the two tables, aces and kings. I ended up losing both of them. But not big pots, but like, okay, it's gonna be that kind of a night. Here we go.
Yeah.
Did anybody you guys run deep in the TOC at all last night, or?
No, I was real patient. I was like, I got a few like middle pocket pairs that never didn't connect with the board, so didn't make anything, lost small pots in there. And then I was like, just waited, got down to about 18 big blinds. and then got my pocket kings. All right, raise it up. Let's see, jams with 22 big blinds. Call him. He has 9s, 9 on the flop. Out I go.
Stupid game.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to, the patience pays off.
Yeah, I was paid off. I was like, okay, there you go. I got my kings, some of my jams over the top. There you go.
Now we at 36 bigs. You're already counting your chips. Yeah. So Doug, I'll let you know if he responds about live versus online. My understanding is it's more live, but his the 10 sessions that he normally runs, the first session is raise first in. So let's see, if he has any details on this. So he just calls it RFI, raising first in, depending on stack size. So he's talking about, I think pre-flop opens at different stack sizes, 15, 25, 40, 60, and 100 bigs. So that's probably some standard stuff, but as an aggressive player like he is, it'll be interesting to see kind of what he says. Session 2 is all about 3-betting and flatting, the concept of those with charts from different positions. Third session is defending the big blind, your calling range, your 3-bet range. Session 4, winning poker mentality. And when he did this before, he actually had a special guest come in and do that one. Session 5, post-flop play. Session 6, turn play. Oh, I got to play a hand here, speaking of play. Session 7, river play. Session 8, he had special guests on this last one. So again, I don't know what his plans are for that. I'm hoping to score Martin Jacobson. That's a good buddy of his, or Bryn Kenny. So we're hoping to rope him into getting one of those guys on there for a little while. Session 9, bubble play, and session 10, final table plus final table bubble. So that's how he constructed it, at least last time. Are you guys like all at the same table? I don't see any. I gotta go stalk you guys.
Doug and I are.
Okay.
So far, we stay out of each other's way, though. We're just kind of showing respect.
You need to check out my chip stack there, Rich.
Are you starting stack?
Yep, almost.
I'm assuming Mager is going to have like 8K if I look here. Doug, where are you at? I don't see you on the leaderboard.
Do I even have a starting stack here?
2280. You don't.
I'm doing bad.
Usually you're at about 12K by this stage of the tournament.
I honestly, like, I would bet you a third of the time I'm in the lead, and then I just fizzle out. So.
Well, you play aggressive. I mean, you're playing. You're pretty binary. It's a winner take all thing, and you're either one of the first ones out or you're right there at the end. And I think that's probably a winning strategy for this. Jim, I forget your nickname.
It's Gibber3.
That's right, Gibber. How are you sitting?
Not good. A little over 1K right now.
All right. You can come back from that.
Yeah, you have to have a little more patience than what I'm showing so far.
It's tough. It goes either way, right? I mean, then if you're too patient, you say, man, I had too much patience. I should have gone more aggressive, Tough game.
I'm playing another game too, so I'm not doing worth a darn in that one either.
Yeah, I'm almost always doing something else. It makes it tough. But then I have a built-in excuse, which is nice.
Yeah, that's why.
I played really bad because I'm distracted. Yeah, it's not because I suck.
Oh, Witchy Stuff is gonna hate this.
Uh-oh. You suck out on her?
Oh, I just tried to raise her big blind just to see what she would do. I had a horrible hand, but then I nailed the flop like you can't believe. So.
You had 10-7 or what?
I had 10-4.
Oh, yeah.
So you never had to show her?
Yeah, I didn't have to show her. She folded. So I just wanted to get some stats on whether she would let me steal her blind or not. I guess the answer is no.
I just flopped a set against website Mark, hoping I get paid here. He opened and I just flatted with 2s on the button.
Ooh.
8-5 deuce. I'm hoping he has an overpair. He's got some chips too. Do I just call his C-bet or do I raise here?
How wet's the board? Does he have a draw?
It's 8-5 deuce with 2 clubs, so it's a little bit wet, but doesn't really hit his range. I'm going to raise and just hope he has an overpair. It's going to be a big one.
Yeah, I think I'd call there, thinking he has 2 overs and hope that one of the overs hits, and he.
Yeah, but if he's got 9s or 10s, he's never going to get away. If he's got any kind of clubs, I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, that maybe is the right play.
Are you in position?
I'm in position. Yeah, and he's tanking right now, so he probably just has 2 overs. Oh, all right. We're going to get it in here. Sweet.
Oh, He just
He's
re-raised.
got jacks.
He did what?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet. Tough. Right after I greeted him, I said, "Hey, Mark," and then I flop a seven.
Yeah. That's why you never
He's gonna
play
go
jacks.
take down your website then, isn't he?
Yeah,
That's right
I know
now.
that's the problem. He's got all the access to everything. Those 404 errors are going to come back.
Oh, nice. Well, so much for the other game. I'm about to shove
Oh
here.
God, you gotta be.
Uh-oh.
And how long will this last?
Rich, you still live in LA?
No, not anymore. No, I was born and raised there. Went to UCLA. I left LA in probably 99, 98. Yeah, lived in Austin, Texas for like 20 years, but I'm still diehard LA fan of all LA teams pretty much. I got my Dodgers thing on right there, so I usually have
Nice.
something Dodgers on.
What is that? World? What does that say? World? What is that? World?
What in the world?
Yeah, what in the world? Yeah,
What is
that's
the
how I
World
felt.
Series of poker?
Everyone
What is
asked me, "Are you excited they won?" And it was like, "No, it was just more relief. It was just more relief that it's
It
finally
was
over."
for him. He was stressing so much.
Oh, sick. It's a relief. Come
I just wanted to be
man.
done with. I was 17 years old the last time they won the World Series. You know what I mean? Now I'm 50. I had to wait a long time. At
That's
least for
what,
me,
let's
it
see,
was
the
a long
Twins
time.
won in 87 and 91. So
Yeah.
I was 17 for the first one. We'll never see it again, I don't think.
Twins?
Yeah.
I'm so excited the last couple of years. Like I've totally become a Twins fan moving here, obviously, because I can go to the games and all that stuff and putting together good teams, and they just can't play in the playoffs. Like
It's
the playoffs
unbelievable.
start and they just tank. I'm just like, what happened?
It's almost unbearable. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least they're competitive. Like I said, it is fun
Yeah.
to at
Yeah.
least have the regular, not be like in early August already giving up on the team.
Right. Well, they had a great farm system. They got some young players are going to be coming up. Like they're developing, they developed a solid team that I think is going to stay solid for a while.
If
That's
they
exciting.
stick together, that's sort of we end up usually being a minor league team for the Red Sox and the Yankees. We
Yeah.
develop players.
Yeah.
We kind of have this 1 or 2 year window where it's like,
Yeah.
we better win it here because next year they're all
gone.
going to get the contract somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just a defeatist attitude. But
That's the same thing that Eric's A's did.
Yeah, I was like, you sound like we're describing my team.
Been a long time for Oakland Raiders, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the Oakland Raiders, yes. It's even longer.
yeah.
Most recent was from LA.
LA.
It was the most recent title.
That's how I became a Raider fan when they moved to LA. I was a kid. I was probably, I don't know, what year did they move there? 90?
No, it was like
89?
86, something
86.
like
Okay.
86.
So I was
It was
15.
around, I mean, yeah, around
86.
then.
Yeah.
Don't quote me exactly, but
Yeah.
it was
80s.
late 80s.
Jim, where are you from?
Indiana.
You are there. You're a lifer?
Mostly. I born and raised here. Went to college here. Lived in Michigan right after I got married for about 3.5 years. Came back to Indiana. Then went out to Oregon. Lived out in a suburb of Portland for about 1.5 years, and then back to Indiana. Back here ever since. So mostly, yeah.
What, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do in Indiana?
I do IT infrastructure.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Are you working for yourself? Are you working for a company or?
No, I'm in a small financial broker dealer now. I worked like 25 years for EDS and Hewlett Packard, and then a little over 10 years at a small local broker dealer here. So probably going to be here for another 2-3 years until I decide to retire. So
Okay.
I mean, I decided to retire now, but I shouldn't yet. So.
Tends to be a lag between the decision and the actual execution of that plan.
Yeah, it's that whole health insurance thing that just it's too much at my age. So.
Huge for sure.
Yeah.
So somebody else slow played their aces and lost.
I saw that loss as well. Yeah.
I sense a theme here, guys.
But they lost on the flop though. They didn't lose on the river. Like they were destroyed on the flop. So that was.
What was their slow play? What were they just flatting a raise?
Yeah, they flatted in the big blind, and there was like 5 people in the pot or something.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, that's a dangerous spot.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, you have to just be able to fold them.
Yeah.
Pretty easily on a lot of flops. If you're going to take that kind of gamble
against 5 people, besides hitting an ace, what else do you like? I mean,
yeah.
Nothing.
I mean.
Did like the small blind win it or something? Some really crappy hand or?
No, it was the cutoff actually.
Okay.
Cutoff at ace 10 offsuit. Flop came 10 something 10.
Oh, that's fine. Against all of those hands.
But yeah, I mean, but you got to think. I mean, a 10 is in a lot of people's ranges, and you have 5 people.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. If it's heads up, that's a whole different deal. But yeah.
Right, for sure. You'd think out of 4 other players, someone's hit a 10.
Yeah.
Although I've done that where I have aces and I raise, someone calls me and I raise the flop and they shove and I'm like, I end up calling. I'm going, what was I thinking? And they had a set.
And, well, that's tricky though, because like you said, in my hand, not a lot of people are going to shove the sets there either. So when they shove, it's almost like it looks like a draw or a top pair kind of.
But it was on a board, like I did that the other night, and it was on a board that had no draw, and I'm going, what was I thinking calling there? I don't know. It was.
Yeah. But it's always hindsight, though, but then you fold and they show, pocket eights.
No, I know. It's just tough sometimes when I'm like, I know better. But that's usually when I lose, I just go down and work for a couple hours as punishment almost. Like I'll go.
I love that. I love the punishment.
Like you used to sit there and deal then, Steve, if you lost. And my punishment is I seriously just go down and work for a couple hours. Usually I figure something out and I'm like, wow, that was actually a good night. So
that's what Doug plays in my home game. Which former home game if it ever comes back. But yeah, that was always the deal. When I bust, I'm like, I'm just gonna deal. I'll deal for you guys, just because it's like that is my punishment. Like I deserve this. I deserve to sit here and deal and wish I was playing. It doesn't change my behavior next time though. I always think, okay, well that's gonna change my behavior, but it doesn't.
That's funny.
I still call you down a third pair.
What happened, Eric?
Jacks weren't as good as queens.
Never play jacks. I've told you never play jacks. Just fold those things. No, they do nothing but get you in trouble. They win a small pot or they lose.
Did it get all your chips, Eric?
Yeah.
Ah, shoot.
I was down to 18 and there was 2 flats in early position. And I was like, oh, that's a good spot just to jam, but somebody behind woke up with queens.
That's so gross. I had one of those spots like last night too. The same thing where like it was an open from a guy who's very, very active, that kind of thing. I think I had like ace queen or something, and same kind of spot. Like then another flat. Like I'm just gonna rip here 20 bigs or whatever it was. Perfect. And then one of the blinds wakes up with kings. You're like, how do you wake up with that there? Like, no, that can't be. That doesn't seem fair. And I did not get the ace on the river. Story ends poorly. I got moved tables. I was hoping I get to hang out with you guys, but no luck. I don't see any of you out there. I'm probably gonna when we go on break. That's probably when I'm gonna have to bail, guys. Sorry about that. Just wanted to at least pop in and say hi.
No worries.
I figured Doug would have won the tournament by break time anyway. Sure. Doug, we are we're doing the whole award show on January 27th. We're gonna have a bunch of fun giveaways and the awards. We're gonna have like a dozen pros that are gonna give away different awards. So we were debating last night when on the podcast because what's his face, Mike Patrick won the mixed game series and just like crushed. He won like 3 or 4 of the events, whatever. And so we were debating. We think we know 2 of the nominees for performance of the year has to be you in the Nightlies, all the wins that you've got, and then we got Patrick in the mixed games. So I'm guessing you're going to be a nominee for one of those.
Oh.
For performance of the year. We'll see how you finish, maybe. Maybe if you don't suck down the stretch here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta win another one at least. I've been doing well in the internationals, but there's usually only like 20 players. But
yeah, but you're still crushing there.
I've won 6 of them, so.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's like it doesn't matter that they're 20-person fields when you're winning half of them.
One of them I was against John Bachhumer.
Yeah.
Heads up, and he was in the small blind and he calls, and I have 7-9, so I just check. The flop comes 7-7-2. He raises pretty big, like 10 big blinds, and I'm like, I gotta call this, so I call. He had 7-2, and a 9 hits on the river, and we both had like 80 big blinds, and I end up beating him. Because he's like, I'm not folding 7 deuce when a 7-7 deuce comes out. And I'm like, I'm not folding a 7. And then a 9 hits on the river. I felt so bad for him. I'm like, you had me nailed there. And
and that deep too. That's
yeah, rough. And we were both like at 80 big blinds heads up. And I'm like, oh my God, but I can't fold this. I'm like, he could have 7 with a king, queen, ace. But I'm like, I just felt like I couldn't fold it. But he went like 10, then 25. And I'm like, he's got to have a 7, but what do I do?
Right.
Yeah, when the 9 hit, then I'm like, okay, I got him. He's got 7 queen, 7 jacks, like that. He had 7 deuce, and he was ahead the whole time until the river.
Gross. Yeah, it's all going in there.
You ever miss doing actual oral work, Steve?
Some days I do, but it's getting more rare that I do miss it. You know, it's more like missing the corporate gig or whatever, which I miss fairly frequently for a while, but now I can't imagine going back. It's good, but yeah, it'd be tough to go back.
I'm gonna rip it in here, so we'll see what happens.
Hey, good luck.
How many bigs you got?
I only had 15 bigs, but I have ace jack. Someone will probably call me, but
are you getting action or no?
Yeah, I just got. Well, they only had 12, so I'm
covered.
Oh wow,
you're ahead.
Fives.
Oh well, fives ahead actually.
At least I'm ahead of the.
Oh, there you go.
I sucked out. No, I didn't.
No, you had a straight.
Oh yeah, they got a straight on me. Yeah,
ace was counterfeited.
Pocket fives.
Oh, that's good.
With pocket fives?
No, the ace or king jack called me, and I had ace jack, and they end up hitting a straight.
Yeah.
He had 2 callers, so one had fives, one had king jack.
I was okay with the fives if they won. I'm like, oh, I got the king jack at least, but.
Oh, you're okay with all of it? Like that's yeah. Oh boy.
My turn. Shove time for me.
What's that?
Shove time for me.
All right, I gotta get to your table here. Let me see if I can find it. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm just pulling it up right just now.
It's on me right now.
Here we go.
Yeah, I see that. I see it now.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. Maybe get called by deuce 7.
Ace
Queen?
Ace queen.
Yeah, you're getting called by one of these. Oh my gosh.
One left.
Got it.
Here he is.
Dominated.
Oh, I thought there's 2 hearts.
Yeah.
Let's get black here.
There we go. Bam.
Nice.
What the heck?
Thanks for the raise.
Yes, sir. Nice double.
Thanks.
You got called there by ace deuce. Is that what up had? Ace deuce?
Yeah. Off.
Ace deuce. It was off. I thought it was suited.
No, it's heart diamond.
Wow. That's a little surprising.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It's a pretty wide call. That
You should
that might be worth a note.
What up? Put in the chat, what up? What up? Ooh, spicy. What do you guys think is the screen name of the year? What's your most creative screen name, or any screen names that you guys like?
I can't remember who I filled that survey out. I can't remember who I put for that.
Okay. I know we got a fair number of responses.
I put flying bricks. I just like that.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that too.
Megra 44 isn't even my Pokerstars name. It was my son's. I just happened to, when I signed up for this tournament, I logged into Pokerstars and clicked OK and didn't realize it was him. So I signed up under the home games or something like that, and I had to use Megra 44 then as my.
Seems to be working.
Yeah, and Owen said, like, I can't remember. It's from some book or something. Megra is. Can't remember what he said it was from, but.
Doug, is that you, Magra 44?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you're the one that abused me last night. Although I deserved it. I didn't blame you a bit.
Don't feel bad. He does that to everybody.
Yeah, I hear.
I've won my fair share, but I mean, I don't know. I wish I'd play like this in real life. I just don't think I would. But I know I win way more tournaments than I deserve to too. So
it's so different between online and live. It's just to me it is.
Me too. Do you think you actually do play different, Doug, or is it just the field is different? Do you play more aggressively online on this, or?
I think I play way more aggressive online than I do in real life. Or at least at a high level. Like if I was in a $280 or $500 tournament running in aces, I don't know, to me, then the money starts going into my head and it affects my game. Like I'm going, I just spent $500 here. I can't, can I call with ace queen here? Where online, it's just so much easier to raise and re-raise. And so I probably need to play, I mean, like, I do need to play more aggressive. I probably need to play less aggressive online, but more aggressive in real life, or, pick my spots.
Have you guys ever played any big tournaments like a World Series of Poker event or anything like that?
I did the WSOP 1500. It was for my bachelor party, just kind of check it off my list. So I did that.
Nice.
I buzzed pretty early. So the group I'm with, it's like, yeah, we'll check in with you, in a few hours, an hour later, I'm looking for him, like, what happened? And I'm like,
I went out and played the Colossus 2 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't last an hour.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah.
Every time I raised, I got re-raised. It's like it's got to be written all over my face,
Like, you only have one of those bad days now.
Although somebody busted the very first hand at my table.
Oh. What was the hand?
I can't. The gist of it, I think, was like somebody flopped a flush, and somebody flopped a straight. And all the money just went in because the guy who had the straight didn't believe the guy had a flush, and
a lot of chips firsthand. Those are so deep.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it's fun, Jim. I'd never been out to Vegas at all before until when was that? 3-4 years ago, Doug. That Doug and I and a couple others went out to Vegas. It's the first time I'd ever even been there for anything. Went out there for the World Series, and man, it was so much fun just being around the energy of it all and walking into the rooms and hearing all the chips shuffling, and it was fantastic. Have you been out there more than once, Jim? Or?
Yeah, I've been out several times, but before, let's see, I've been out there 3 times in the last, kind of knocking out this year because
2020 doesn't count.
And not counting 2020, between 19 and 18, I was out there 3 times.
Nice.
Before that, I hadn't been there since 09. And in 09, I went out with my cousin, and we were playing house tournaments at the Rio. We went to the old O'Shea's and played a house tournament. and I won the one at O'Shea's. It was only a $40 tournament, but there were like 60 people in it, and got second in one of the Rio games. And then my cousin hits a royal flush on a Deuces Wild machine for $5,000.
Holy cow!
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun.
That does help.
Yeah.
We were hoping to go out there again this year. So last couple years, or last 3 years, we've gotten the condo. So just different few people come out there. We kind of all hang out in the condo and go over. It's like a block or two from the Rio.
Yeah.
Super fun. We're gonna do that again this year and maybe get some more people going. And I just turned 50, so I was gonna play the seniors event. I was super excited about that deal.
Oh yeah.
Everything's on hold now.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go out in April. We'll see if that happens or not.
Well, there's a chance for sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
What's the senior? Is that $1,000 buy-in or is it $1,500?
I think it's 1,000, right? Do you guys know? Pretty sure it's $1,000.
I can't remember.
They get a massive field.
The cutoff is 50.
Yeah, 50. Yeah.
Sweet. I just turned 50. Yeah.
Sweet. We'll go together, man.
Sounds right up my alley.
I know. Well, it just sounds like so much fun. Everybody that plays it, just says it's so much fun. Because the people that are playing are generally, just having fun with it. Obviously they want to win and it's competitive, but it's a different vibe than when you sit down at the table and it's a bunch of the 22-year-old aggressive
backpack
people with hoodies on and all that kind of stuff. And, play how they want. And it's not judgmental. It's just not as fun for me as hanging out with people that just kind of, hey, where are you from? Oh, man, I'm from Tulsa or whatever. I enjoy that part of the game, the live game.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll get a house or something next time and invite some folks to go play. And
that'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it be fun? Yeah.
That'd be so much fun.
It is fun. Yeah. Just kind of a central hub to hang out.
Yeah, if that training's really good, maybe I'll have to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Next year, or maybe the year after.
Yeah, if you feel ready.
I had a buddy win a ticket. Oh, sorry.
I feel pretty comfortable playing in under $500 tournaments. I still don't know if I do 1,000.
Yeah.
I think you'd enjoy the dailies. I mean, the dailies are so good there. I usually play a lot of those. They're not bracelet events or whatever, but you get the 250 or the 180s or whatever they are. And I think that the one that starts early afternoon for like 250, they often get like 1,500 people for it. I mean, it's like 40 grand to win a $200 tournament.
I was saying I had a buddy who won a seat at the World Series of Poker back in 2004. It was before the boom or before the bust. And I just went out with him and I just played all the other tournaments around Vegas. So $75, $100 tournaments and stuff like that. I had a blast. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a ton of them. Like Planet Hollywood does their famous series. They're getting, hundreds and thousands of people to play these different things at different locations. So everybody's kind of out there playing all those things. And a lot of people will say, the highest value is not the World Series stuff. It is the other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I won my money. Like I played it when I went out there with you, Steve. I think I played in 3 dailies and didn't win.
Yeah.
I maybe finished like 20% or something, but never in the money. But I knew at the time I was not ready to play. I shouldn't have. I just wasn't comfortable playing aggressive like that. But the dailies, I would place in them, at least make money. I think overall I lost like $400 out there, but no, I feel like I play way better now than 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we started at your house? Like, I swear, like all your decision was you looked at your first card and your second card and that was it. And then I actually thought it was better I remember me and Chris Gorton would talk, it's better to be the first to act than it is to be in position. Cause we're like, then you have the option to raise if we were like totally didn't know what we were doing when we started.
Yeah. I wish we had some footage of those days. I remember, I first started playing with Stacy and Mark, and our kids. That's how I started. We were trying to figure out a way to get to connect with our kids. And we're like, does anybody play poker? I don't remember who brought it up. And so we'd be like 12 or 13 of us sitting around the table, playing for a quarter for the night, me, Mark, and Stacy, and our 10 teenagers or whatever. It was super fun, but yeah, the poker was really bad. And then it wasn't that long after that we started doing the home game and probably the same thing like you're saying. And we had I had people come and play that home game that had never played poker. Like it was super fun. I mean, it was super fun, right? But man, the poker compared to now, we still have a long way to go, but I'm sure it looks so different.
Oh yeah.
The good old days.
It was always fun to play against your kids. I really enjoyed.
Oh, they love, and I was bummed that they kind of lost interest over the years or whatever, but they were very different, right? I mean, Ryan and Chris was very steady.
Oh, Chris, if he raised, you're like I fold, and Ryan, like you could 3-bet him. I don't know. It was so they were like exact opposites.
Yeah. Well, I still remember when Chris used to play super tight, and then all of a sudden he bluffed one time and like it worked or so. I remember he got really creative. Then he was really, really good for a while there. As far as he was unpredictable. Ryan was just always pedal to the metal. Let's go. Let's get the chips in the middle, baby.
I feel like you were at our house and you beat Chris with quads or something.
I think it might have been the last time he played. It was a devastating moment.
Yeah.
He had pocket. It was like early on in the tournament. He had like I rarely remember hands, but he had like pocket kings and I pocket twos.
Yeah.
I think we both flopped a set. And then I think the river came a deuce or something.
Oh, one outer.
And he was playing like he had kings, and it was just I was almost like I was so happy, but I was almost sick for him. Like I knew they were all getting in the middle here, and he had the full house with kings, and I had quads with deuces. And
yeah, and you guys weren't even all in on the turn either. Like,
no, I think it wasn't until the river because I was actually scared. Like he bet turn, I think, and I was like scared. I had a set of twos, and I was still like scared.
Yeah,
there's no draws. Like I thought he probably has top set here, and then the two came on the river, and so he's got the full house. So he's like, I'm golden. He bets, I raise, he ships. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to bail, guys. Thanks for doing this, Eric or Rich, whoever ended up starting this up.
I think I'm going to go work, guys. So
okay.
We'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
Good night, gentlemen.
See you, Doug.
Guys.
You guys are welcome to stay on here if you want. I just got to bail. So thanks. Appreciate it.
See you, Steve.
See you,
See
Steve.
you guys.
See you, Steve. I can't believe I'm still on here.
Yeah.
I've only got 9 big blinds, and I've been like that for about the last half hour.
Chip and a share.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna go get a refill on my drink. I'll be right back.
Sounds like a good idea. Do the same.
second box on there too. Okay, that makes sense. Still in the ACR tournament, Eric?
Yep.
Nice. Is that a free roll or what is it?
Yep. Free roll. PLO.
Which one? Which one?
ACR. PLO.
Oh, it's one of the free, not one of the private ones.
No, yeah.
Okay. I've been cleaning up on the private ones.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been doing well.
You had a nice graph.
Yeah, it was not bad. What does your graph look like? I asked you, what does your graph look like?
I posted it.
Oh, I haven't gone back and looked.
It there's like this one big spike and then just like a
yeah.
It's relatively flat. It's funny, it also lists my ROI. My ROI is like 16,000 or something like that.
That's amazing. So Eric played in a free roll, and it was a really top heavy free roll. It played the top 10 positions or 9 positions, something like that, Eric?
Yeah, something like that.
And you came in second, and you won
$50.
$150 in a free roll, which is phenomenal for a free roll. I was like,
yeah, that's great.
And I thought like at the money bubble, it'd be like it would kind of drag on because it was like $25. If you you go from $0 to $25 in free roll. I mean, that's a significant jump. Oh, yeah. So I thought, that'd be. But it went quick. It was like, I was like, okay, we're coming up on money bubble. Then all of a sudden, bust out. And like, we're in the money. Wow, that was quick.
Everyone was thinking people were going to tighten up at the bubble, and no one did. So they busted out.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was playing in that one free roll that paid $10 to the top 10 positions. So it was a huge bubble. And so I was on the bubble at the final 12. I had one guy at my table. So we're 6-handed at my table. And the chip leader was going all in on every single hand, like literally every single hand. And so you're just sitting there going, I know he's doing this wide, but I don't want to call him with.
Well, you can't do anything. The math says you can't do anything, right?
So
so the math says.
Yeah. I just folded. And the guy to my right just started getting pissed off and started calling him. And he went way up. And then he ended up busting out on the bubble. So he actually got zero. The guy that got angry ended up getting no money. And the rest of us got our $10. And I was like, sweet. I just shut down. I actually sat out at one point. I did sitting out. And then people in the comments started saying, I can't believe this guy's sitting out. And I came back on. I'm like, well, I'm not going to play. So why?
It's faster that way. I mean,
I was like 6th or 5th in chips, and so I had enough time to just sit there and wait. Like I had enough chips.
So the guy who decided to take a stand or whatever started calling. I mean, where was he? I mean, in chips.
He was probably in 8th or 9th. Like he was kind of not totally on the bubble, but
okay.
But I think he just started getting angry. And then
I don't know. I mean, if you're 8th or 9th, right, and I mean, you do have. I mean, you can't just blind off. So. What happened?
Got me.
He hit the 10 on the turn?
Yes, he did. I was looking for a chop there, and but when his 10 hit, I had an open-ended straight. Didn't happen though. So busto.
Man, the OPaH was a curse tonight. Everyone got busted out except I'm the only one left.
Okay,
that's not good.
So I guess you're running the OPaH next
next week. That's what happens. Whoever stays the longest runs the OPaH the next week.
No, I mean, no one's gonna want to come. It's like, oh, Eric's running it. It's jinxed.
Everyone busts out.
Yeah, everybody, you bust out early.
Well, Steve's at 9th in this thing.
Yeah.
So he's doing well.
See if I can get him on my table. I'll try to slow roll him. Well, that's interesting. I have Hawsey and Shorzy at my. Doesn't Shorzy do the min bet stuff too, or is it just Hawsey?
It's Ozzy for sure. Shorzy, I can't remember what he does.
No. All right, I got top pair and open-ended straight drop. I think I could probably bet that for value.
I'm guessing you have ace 9.
Yes. It's like you could read my mind. It's like you could totally.
Amazing.
That's awesome. He calls.
Aces, tens.
I sure hope you didn't have that 10.
Yeah.
Oh, God, do I check here? Is he check raising me? Do I go for thin value? What does Eric say? Eric says go for thin value always, right?
No, I mean, because only a ace whose kicker doesn't play would you beat, right?
Yeah. Oh, and he had it.
He had the straight.
Wow. So what was he afraid of? Was he check raising me then?
Probably. Well, I mean, there was a 2 tens out there.
Yeah.
I mean, nah, but
he might have thought you had the ace.
He should have nah.
Yeah.
So that's a little too nitty, Hunter.
Unless he was looking to check raise me. I mean, he can.
He must have been looking to check.
Shorzy can be aggressive. I mean, I got his 3 betting at 7%.
I mean, did you lead every street? I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since you bet every street, he figured you're gonna bet the bet the river.
I saved myself some money there.
Boom, hit the flush.
With the 3? Ouch.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and look at that hand. He had Jack 9. So he doesn't hit. So he called me all the way down. He didn't hit the straight till the river.
No, the straight was on the turn.
Yeah, because the river paired the board.
Yeah.
Oh, because he had. You're right. Okay, gotcha. All right, man. I had him till there. Interesting. Well, now I'm in trouble. That was not good. Now I'm looking to jam.
I'm not bringing you much luck, Rich.
I
Ever since I started watching.
don't need bad luck. I can lose all by myself.
Yeah, okay.
So how long you been playing in the nightlies here, Jim?
Just a few months, but I haven't been as regular as I like to play. Just I moved a couple months ago. Had a big house out in the middle of nowhere, and all my kids have moved out. So I moved in closer to where I work and to where a couple of them live. So, so yeah, I've been doing that. I'm still kind of doing that because I had a ton of stuff in the old house and downsized, and so, but no, I mean, I love to play, and I go in streaks where I, get to play some.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough to take down my first 2 nightly games last month. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was pretty fired up about that.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I've won 3 total, but I haven't won in the last 2 months. So I had a good streak before that, and all of a sudden it's dried up. I've had a couple final tables, had a heads up, but haven't been able to break through lately. Unlike Eric over here, who wins one every month, so he's always in the Tournament of Champions. But
I haven't won this month. Well, I won the monthly. Yeah, I don't. Does that count toward the?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it probably should. Well, it's a bigger deal. You won the monthly. I mean, that's a huge one.
Oh.
Is that a silver pin, or do you already have a silver pin?
No. So tomorrow is the TOC for the monthly.
Oh, okay.
So that a silver pin is up for grabs tomorrow night.
Okay.
I tell you, I was really psyched because I went heads up with Somsky on my first win.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a tough point.
I felt pretty good about that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Of course, I ran really well when we got heads up, so that always helps.
Definitely.
Yeah, you have to win. You have to run well to win any tournament, really. I mean,
sure.
So why do I have available in my nightly or in my rec poker? I have availability to register for the TOC, but I shouldn't. I can register for it right now. No, I just tried to, and it says I can't. No, I just tried to.
Yeah, they what it is, you're a member of the club, but they suspend you if you have.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I heard John say that one time, that he just leaves them on suspend. Ooh.
Oh, I had King 7. I would have had a full house if I played that hand, but of course I'm not going to play King 7. So
not that it's a good.
So you said you do use a HUD, Jim, when you play as well?
Yeah.
Poker Tracker for it?
That's yeah. I used to use Hold'em Manager back. I kind of quit playing for about 5 or 6 years there. Went through some personal rough times. So, but when I got back into it, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I was trying to get all my tools and stuff and play again. Hold'em Manager just didn't work for me with the new software.
Yeah.
So it was cool when I found Rec Poker, and Jim had stuff set up for Poker Tracker 4. I just kind of jumped on that and learning a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I took like over 10 years off. So I used to play back before the Black Monday or Black Friday, whatever they called it, where they shut it all down. I used to play a lot before that. And then I stopped playing kind of since then. I just started playing again July of this year. So I stumbled across Rec Poker and started playing online again. And so that's been, so I do the same thing. I had to get all my tools again, and Hold'em Manager just doesn't look as good. Poker Tracker seems to really have passed them up as far as quality.
Yeah, it seems that
it's the
way.
same company now, though, right? Aren't they both?
Yeah. I mean, and I know there's a newer. There might be a new version. There's a Hold'em I think they're up to Hold'em Manager 3.
Okay.
And Poker Tracker 4. So.
Yeah.
and it's sounds like a lot of people say, yeah, it's pretty much the same capabilities of both. Some people do have a preference for one over the other, but
you mentioned having problems using Poker Tracker 4 with the play money stuff.
Yeah.
And I had some of those problems with Hold'em Manager. So
okay. All right, I think this is it for me, boys. I'm going all in.
Oh, really?
I've
got top pair. I've got top pair and the gut shot. So
okay. Ace 4?
2. It's 2.
2. Damn.
Close.
My hand rating is terrible.
The calls are 5-7. Wow. Okay. Thank you.
There you go.
That's a little surprising, but
how do you get there with 5-7? How do you guys aren't even in blinds? Well, how do you get
I don't know how he limped with 5-7. I don't know why though. That's interesting.
Sure,
they do that. Yeah. He did. He limped. Or let's see if he called a limp or if he was first in. Let me pull it up. No, he was first. He was raised for first act, and he limped. Interesting. He's trying to develop a reputation as a maniac. And then he'll tighten up. I got a few chips to play with now. I'm doing okay. You guys can shut it down anytime you want. You don't have to stay and watch me play. I'm fine staying on them.
No, I want to see your deep run. Yeah. I want to see you finish it off this time.
Finally. I need to. I need a win. I need a win badly.
I don't think you need it, but it would be nice.
I think it was September's when I won 2 in the same month, and I thought, oh my God, this is so easy. I totally got this.
Oh, totally. Yeah, exactly.
Why is this so hard? And now I haven't had a win since. So I'm just
like, why are people complaining? Oh, jeez.
This game is so easy.
Oh.
Do you play other sites, Jim? Did you say you play ACR? Or?
I don't play ACR. I play another home game that I've played for a long time, and they do some money games where the coordinator of it goes through PayPal, Venmo, and that kind of stuff, and then pays it off that night.
Yeah. Do you guys use Pokerstars for that as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's definitely good software, and I love how the Rec Poker Club works. I mean, this is super easy. I like it a lot, and I definitely like this. I don't like ACR software. ACR software is not my favorite. It's okay. It's better than it was when it used to crash all the time. I know, but still kind of a little bit of clunky software.
I've thought about trying ACR and just haven't got there. So
yeah. Fun for tournaments. Like I said, if you ever sign up, let me know and I'll show you all the tricks for the free rolls. There's just a ton of free rolls in the private tournament tab. They'll be like all these websites will run free rolls and you just have to go to their site and get the password. Okay. And then you can enter in the private free roll. And so, I mean, I must play, 5 or 6 free rolls a week probably. And there's a ton on Saturdays that you can play in. So it's good.
Okay.
My bankroll's been slowly creeping up, just basically playing free rolls and very small micro tournaments, like 25-cent dollar ones, stuff like that. So not too bad. I can't complain. It's the only when I go play cash that things get crazy.
Yeah, I kind of lucked out before Black Friday because I had cashed out and stopped playing like just about a month before Black Friday hit.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I really lucked out. I mean,
I definitely lost money on. I lost money on full tilt.
Well, and I played on both, but I played mostly on PokerStars, yeah, I mean, considering the personal stuff I was going to, that's why I cashed out and just stopped playing. But that was the one good thing about it, I guess.
Shorzy. Oh, he just keeps doing this. Was this what he was setting up? I think I have to call him now. Ah, of course. Of course. All right. My bad. My bad. I'm done. Well, not totally, but
Close to.
Yeah. Would you have called there, Eric, or would you have folded?
How many big blinds do you have?
I was down to, I started the hand with 20, I think, with 18. So I wasn't in push fold mode, but then once I 3-bet him, then I felt like I just committed myself when I 3-bet him. And I had 10 left.
Yeah.
I think you were committed.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, and here it is again. Ace queen suited again. So it just wants to punish me, this hand. This hand just wants to totally just rub it into.
Should fold then.
Yeah, I could totally fold. Yeah.
Let's show them.
So he plays me 5-7 and then ace queens or ace king. So that's really hard too.
At least your head's up here.
Yeah, there we go. Against 9-7. Let's see if it holds. Oh, there's the queen. I needed that. There we go.
Nice.
There you go. See?
All right. Chip and a share.
There you go. Roll it up.
Oh, now it's 4-4. That's going to put me to another test. Pair of fours.
There's a memories.
Do you go with fours this early? Like, I'm going to get multiple callers, and then that's too easy to beat, right?
Yeah, you can fold it.
Yeah, I don't think, because I already got a raise. If I was first,
you have zero fold equity, right? You have zero. You're going to see a flop, and
if I knew it was going to be heads up, then that's great. I don't mind flipping a coin there, but not with that many player behind me. Yeah, and there it is. Yeah, I would have lost.
Yeah, you know you're beating it.
Yeah. God.
I mean, it's not a huge mistake at this point. I mean, you're so short, but
and there's no money implications.
Ooh, set.
Nice.
Oh, he hit the straight.
Oh,
really? Oh, Jesus. Did he go runner straight?
Yeah, and that was Tiger again.
Oh, that is
sick.
And I knew he had because that player who jammed, he's super tight. So I was like, oh, he has something.
He was 5% to win on the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And White Tiger, 5%. Oh. At least he admitted that was ugly.
Yeah.
Has to be the worst poker start. Oh, that's awesome. You've been poker starred. It's a verb now. I love that.
Yeah.
No.
There's a lot of dead money. I don't know.
I got ace-2 off, so just a bad kicker.
I think you get
kind of got to, right? Kind of got to.
Yeah, because I mean,
and of course it's the ace. Yeah, I told you ace queen wanted to destroy me today. Ace queen was my nemesis the whole night. Oh, God, that's horrible. That's horrible. Man. All right. So it was not good. So I'll try to host next week, Eric,
Yeah.
and see if that is better for everyone's luck.
Paybacks. Oh.
Okay. Still
All right,
fun
folks.
as always. Okay.
Have a good night.
See you guys.
See you guys later.